Hello and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today is Friday, February the 8th, 7th, 2020, and we are here to talk about a few things. Number one, I want to start though today's show with the viewer comment. So if you take a look at my eye, that's all right because you know it's all in your face. But nonetheless, I had some skin cancer cut off my face, so protect yourself from the sun. Number one. But number two, I wanted to start today with the viewer comment because if you do take a look at my eye, knowing I've blown out my knee in the past 3 months and broke my wrist, sometimes when I get out of bed in the morning, you know, it's kind of a slow roll getting warmed up and getting ready for the day. And I read this comment this morning and I was like, yes, because someone came to compete in a way. Viewer came to make some noise. Looked out for their fan in a way and ended the comment with a rather nice quote that enlightened my day. So what better way to start the day than reading this comment to start today? All right. So here comes the comment, right? So I've never heard from this viewer before.
They just subscribed to the channel.
Animal 440. You know, what was that ludicrous song? I got holes in different area codes. I'm just saying, it was a good song. It was a good song. So the 440. I was thinking 404.
That was a good song.
I was thinking the 404.
That was not a good song.
Where was the 404? Atlanta?
I don't know.
Animal 440. All right, so here's the comment. Quote, interesting comments on this channel with an emoji like this. So as soon as I read that first sentence and saw this emoji like this, you know, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Dr. Evil one. I very rarely use emojis. I think they're kind of, you know.
I use them.
I use them sometimes, but rarely. Maybe I'm learning to do this. But that's like the only one that I ever use. So I read this and I'm like, what's up? I have a feeling I'm fixing to get drilled by somebody. But nonetheless, I love this. Let's get down. It's pumped up, right? So I'm like, okay, all right. So anyway, so interesting comments on this channel. Anyway, to know and understand the backstory of Sofia Kenin's journey makes for an even more compelling adventure of what to look forward to in the future. Attitude, quote, attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. However, it is the courage to continue that counts. Now, picture this, me getting out of the bed in the morning, geez, I blew out my knee. I'm like, yeah, it's not fatal, but we have been successful at different points in our 5-kid raising kind of trajectory. We have succeeded at times, and sometimes we just failed miserably. But it's the courage to continue that counts.
Right.
Let's go. So first and foremost, this comment was in reference to a video that we did on Sofia Kenin, and I have a feeling this person wanted to just lay into me, but nonetheless, the implication was there, and I love this type.
Well, she did make a comment.
I love this type of viewer because number one, they're professional. Number two, everything said was perfect and spot on. My type of person right here, I don't know if male or female, it doesn't matter. But this is a hard-hitting type person right here and ended it with a beautiful quote. Now, the context of the video that we did, and I think I deserve, you know, to be chastised a little bit. I understand that looking back. But the context of the video that this was in retrospect, or he or she was alluding to, was I was considering Sofia Kenin as bratty in a way. It was a little immature. I know we had a lot of dialogue about Sofia Kenin after she won the Australian Open, and some agreed and some disagreed, etc. Someone went so far as in saying, you know, when you're raising the game of tennis since you're itty bitty, and we've seen pictures of Sofia Kenin at the Elite Academy since she was a baby, that sometimes we lack emotional development or young lady or young man development or sportsmanship development because it's all about the ball. And I understand that. I was that way. Carla was that way. Her brother was that way. My father was that way. That's 82 years old. So there's nothing new underneath the sun. My father was born into tennis at 82. Anyway.
Well, I didn't start so young like her. I had to learn how to like tennis. I mean, it wasn't put in my head from that young age. I think when you're older, you kind of think a bit more for yourself and you have more personality than someone who's that's all you shoved into their head to do this and that's it. There are a few other people that make comments about this saying, you know, basically what you just said. You got to understand that when someone lives it, breathes it, it's been shoved down their throat, that they sometimes lack personality or don't know how to act, you know?
Because they've never had the broad spectrum of interaction. Look, I'm a psychology graduate. When you know, when we're born, we have this, you know, this empty blank slate. Tabula rasa is the term, and you know, everything we learn is just soaked in. So sometimes when your life is a ball, I know the feeling. Sometimes we lack the ability to know what may be or may not be the best thing to do on a global stage. I think we talked about that just the other day with Margaret Court, Navratilova, and John McEnroe. It seems, you know, here these elder statesmen, they still don't know how to act on the global stage. Let me reiterate the end of the end of this quote from Animal 440. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. However, it is the courage to continue that counts. That's a quite powerful statement. Standing ovation, comment of the day, no doubt, comment of the year so far.
Well, she did give another response that you didn't read.
Oh.
She said, however, I wouldn't be against Sonia or judge or make disparaging remarks. There are a lot of videos out there to get a perspective of Sonia's game and attitude going back to her match against Sharapova in 2017, which was a deciding factor for her to either go to college on a full scholarship or compete in the WTA.
Tough choice.
Sonia will be competing for the U.S. this weekend on the Fed Cup team and most likely in the Olympics this summer. Sonia is an American that we can all root for, especially when her roaring 20s have just started. Sonia might be Russian-born, but she's American-made.
Go ahead, sorry.
That's it.
Again, a huge shout out to Animal 440 with the statement. A quite mentally consuming comment. One that made me feel better. Me as a person, knowing we had a show to do today, and I really didn't have much to go on.
Well,
because there wasn't much going on.
I have to disagree a little bit. It's good to have an attitude, but if you watch those that are like true champions, not just win one slam, that win many slams, they have an attitude, but they kind of channel it into a positive way. I mean, I know Djokovic has 17 slams, so he goes after the crowd because the crowd's going after him. But I don't think I've really ever seen him do what she does. You know, he smashes rackets when he's losing, but he doesn't tap the ball or do stuff. He kind of channels the negative energy into a positive by screaming, yelling. Same thing as Serena. She'll look at her opponent and they'll say, come on. I think Coco Gauff is another one that does that, you know. And same thing with Sharapova. She'll scream, come on. But I don't think I've ever seen Sharapova slam her racket or throw it. Have you?
I've seen Sharapova act like a nitwit.
Where? On the court against her opponent?
We're not talking about Sharapova. The reason why we don't need to talk about Sharapova is because Sharapova turned me off from day one with her ass. Sorry, I can't scream because it hurts my face. I'm just saying. My eye shut.
That hurt my ear.
Like the light is in my eye and like my eye is. I got a heartbeat through my eye.
I like Kenin.
I'm
just not going to bet on her to win another slam. I don't know.
I will never put the likes of the following players in the same conversation with another player. Schiavone, Sharapova, Azarenka. Those three, as their squeal and screech on the court is so freaking hideous. I could care less if I ever watched them play. Let me tell you something, though, I am passionate about that led me to the well-deserved professional rebuttal by Animal 440 and a lot of others. The reason why I'm so passionate about women's tennis, not only I have 5 children. We have 5 children, 2 of them girls, both of them tennis players. But if go with me on this one, if you had a daughter and your daughter is on the court and you have millions of people, watching you, i.e., whether it was the semifinals or the quarterfinals or the finals of the Australian Open. Millions of spectators, fans, and TV cameras all over you. And I see my daughter kick her racket across the floor, put it on the ground and kick her racket across the court, go over to the lines person or the ball person, snatch the towel out of their hand, and then get a ball and slam it on the ground and walk to my chair. I understand that's attitude. Now, when we talk about attitude, holy crap, my freaking eye hurts. Protect yourself from the damn sun. Damn. Holy, feel my heartbeat through my face, Batman. But what I would feel as a father is like I didn't do my job as a father. Yes, I'm a tennis coach, and yes, I can be a real hard ass on the tennis court. Am I wrong, Carla? To students I've met for the first time, I can be a real hard ass too, can I, Carla? So what I would not want to ever do is to see any one of my students or ours rather, or especially my daughter, putting a racket on the floor, kicking it across the court, snatching a towel out of the linesman's hands, and pounding a ball and the thing as she walked towards a commercial break from the major sponsors, namely junk advertisements like Doritos. Go get some. You'll be fitter after you take a crunch. Whatever. All I'm saying is that you cannot blame me for going off a little bit on Kenin after the Australian Open, win or lose, because she kicked a racket like a bratty nitwit.
I think she'll mature. I mean, it's like what most people said, you know, that's all she's done her whole life. And I think probably now, winning a slam, she'll probably change a few things. Hopefully her serve, the toss. Or maybe it'll work for her for the rest of her life, just like Sharapova, who's never been able to put that toss in front of her. I don't know. I mean, who knows? She's 21. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
At the end,
I like her. I'm just not betting any money on her winning more slams. Women's tennis is such a roller coaster.
At the end of the day, much love to Animal 440 for not only to come out of the bag, never have left a comment before, and to say one straight up but very professional. It's exactly what we like. We like to talk smack. But professional. You epitomized what we like to do. Congratulations, that was freaking amazing. Further than that, to help me get, usually it takes me 30 minutes to bend my leg and get it moving freely. You had it moving freely, lickety split. Let's go. Now here's the question though. Will Sofia Kenin ever win another major, Carla?
The emoji? I don't know.
However,
I don't know.
However, speaking of women's U.S. tennis, United States tennis, especially in terms of Fed Cup, and on the global stage, you know, American men's tennis is suspect at best, skeptical at best. However, the women's tennis, 17 U.S. women are in the top 100. Let's get down. And there's 30. That is 30. Let's go. That's my Espanol. Que hora estoy, mamacita. That's my estoy.
I really hate when he says that because it just sounds awful.
Vamos, estoy, necesito sus clavos. Let's go.
Jeez, the way you talk, it's...
30. 30.
30.
30.
You don't have to put so many R's into it.
Sound like a cat purring on my face. Okay, 30 U.S. women in the top 200. 17 top 1, 30 top 2. Let's get down.
That's great. I mean, I guess women's American tennis is going in the right direction. Unfortunately, the guys, it's a bit tougher for you guys to make it in the top. So I'll give you that pass. Men's tennis is a lot tougher than women's. That's a fact.
Now, reiterate one last part of this comment that Animal 440 left. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. It is. We tell all of our students, especially the girls, when you get on this court, as soon as the fence shuts and you go in and the match starts, it's business. And if you have to give attitude, give attitude. However, let's still act like a good sportsman or sports lady. Let's not kick our racket. Let's not snatch towels out of the ball boy's hands. And let's go walking 100 miles an hour and sit down and slam a ball on the ground.
Maybe that's just her little thing.
But there's just no need for it. Thank you very much for that whole segment, because this show was because of you. Let's go! Love that 440.
Well, I guess we were talking about the Fed Cup, right? How the women's had a solid team. It's what? Serena, Kenin. Who's playing?
Women's Fed Cup. Women's Fed Cup this year. Women's Fed Cup is a fun atmosphere. Been to a few in Birmingham, Alabama over the years. Here's the Women's Fed Cup team. Sofia Kenin. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Yeah. You can find me in the club. Bottle full of bub.
All right.
Sofia
I don't even
Kenin.
think anybody listens to that. So go ahead.
Sofia Kenin. Serena Williams. Allison Risk.
That's good.
She squeals like a pig at the pigsty. Bethany Maddox Sands.
Good for doubles.
Coco Gauff.
All right.
Now
solid team.
Solid. So you have a solid team, and the reason why
I'm surprised they put Coco Gauff there instead of Anisimova. Or Risk. Take out Risk and put Anisimova.
Coco Gauff, even as a couple, Anisimova's 18, Coco Gauff is 15. I would rather have Coco Gauff on my team than Anisimova. No offense, any day.
What
already.
about Risk and Anisimova?
Well, I think the pairing here is more like Maddox Sands and Risk in doubles.
Could be, because Risk is good.
Because you can't forget, this is a team dynamic. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have singles played by Sofia Kenin. Gee, she just won a major. Of course she's going to play number one or two singles.
Definitely, yeah.
Of course you're going to have the best women's tennis player of all time, Steffi Graf. Don't get me wrong, and don't get me on the Justine Henin thing, but Justine Henin Serena Williams hated Justine Henin. Okay, so Justine Henin, in my opinion, was a better player than Serena, and her career was short. Now, arguably, if Justine Henin would have started winning majors at Serena's age, then it would have been different. But Justine jumped on the scene, know what I mean? She started hitting blisters, like, what? Joined the A-team. She was dropping bombs. That one-hander on all surfaces would do a damage to Serena. Damage! So,
are you okay?
Yeah, I'm great. It's all up in my eyeball. It's all up in here. You know what I'm saying? Delirious, out of pain. Let's get down. Animal 440 came to play. So, look, Allison Risk is going to squeal like a pig. So, if you have a crowd that is affected by decibel level, then she's on your squad. Now you have Bethany Maddox Sands, who's a great commentator, a very former world number one doubles player. Mm-hmm. Coco Gauff, the aspiring heavy hitter. Let's get down. Then you have Sofia Kenin and Serena Williams. Now,
their first match is Latvia, who they play Ostapenko and Savastovas in that team.
Yeah, now I get that Romania may have Halep, or I get Australia may have Barty, but these are one player.
Barty's not. She has a foot injury. She's not even playing Dubai.
Okay. Well, again, this is a depth team. There's no excuse that the U.S. does not win the Fed Cup this year because they have depth. I get other countries. Okay, let's look at Belarus.
How about Czech Republic? They got a solid team.
Okay, the Czech Republic. But teams that have one or two players, right? But they don't have the depth with doubles and reserves, right?
Yeah, you got example here. You got Netherlands against Belarus. So Belarus, you got Sabalenka, Sasnovich, and Netherlands, you have Bertens, Arancha-Rus.
Let's get down.
And then Belgium has a few players. I heard Kim Clijsters might be playing that.
Hey, Kim Clijsters is playing, right?
Yeah, it'd be a good warm-up for her. Hey, and then you got Canada. No Andreescu. Knee injury still. So they've got Bouchard and I forgot the other, Fernandez. That's tough for Andreescu, huh?
The whole Andreescu thing, it hurts my heart in a way. It really hurts my heart. I know the feeling of knee injury, but at that age... Yeah. To be continuously sidelined by knee injury, I have to be a little bit, I guess, sympathetic and empathetic for Andreescu. I hope to see her back soon. She's a really dynamic and a lights out player, but the body is one of those things that unfortunately us mortals have to deal with, right?
Yep. And then you got Naomi Osaka, who they're playing against. Japan was playing against Spain. She goes down to Sorribes Tormo 6-0, 6-3 on clay. Okay, and I think B-Dog sent me a message, says, Osaka, rapper boyfriend must have her brain. You know what I think of this loss, honestly? Who cares? We know that clay is not her best surface. She hates playing on clay. She said she hates playing on clay. How many other players hate playing on clay? You had Sampras.
I do.
Sampras wasn't good on clay.
I do.
I mean, this is Serena's, she's not really that great on this surface. Who else do you got?
Andreescu
has, and I remember, Andreescu has yet to play.
So don't buy too much into the injury. I mean, yes, it's there. She's young. She can recover from it.
No, I'm not talking about Andreescu.
She's not Del Potro's age.
I'm talking about Osaka losing on clay to Serena. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Clay is her worst surface, so I don't see this loss as any big deal. Plus, it's the Fed Cup.
Okay, wait a minute. I agree, and then I disagree.
Well, she hates it. She's going in with a negative attitude playing on the surface.
Can I ask you a question, Carla?
Sure.
No matter how bad you hate a surface, don't you still not want to get bageled? Didn't she get dealt a bagel in this match?
6-0, 6-3.
So you're telling me you've won 2 majors, but you get bageled, and then what, are you going to blame it on the red clay?
She didn't blame it on anything.
Or you or whatever. Come on, man.
I'm sure it hurts her. But
come on.
Is she really worried about
a bagel?
This? Is she worried about this? You got a bagel by me.
I understand that, but I bageled you.
On hard court, exactly.
On
Who
the
cares?
sand court.
The bagel can happen to anybody.
Have you won 2 majors, Carla? Because her name spells backwards, says Arlac, so I call her
Obviously
Arlac.
not. I'm here commenting on it, right?
She does serve more fitting as Arlac because Carla, Carla backwards Arlac. Arlac sounds like an alien from Amazon.
Man, there's been many Grand Slam.
And she's from there.
How many Grand Slam champions have been Bagel before? We should find that out.
I get it, but geez, what is it? The qualifying rounds of Fed Cup and she gets a bagel dealt to her by Sorribes Tormo?
Maybe she's feeling down after that Coco Golf loss.
Now, hold on. Sorribes Tormo.
But she's good at that's her service.
And Sorribes Tormo, as a longtime player, has always made it difficult for her opponents to play her on clay. She slows the game down so slow.
And we know Osaka likes playing fast. We know that. She likes playing fast as well.
Yeah, you go for too much too soon, you're missing it, and hey, it can be a bad day at the office real quick.
Exactly.
I understand that. But don't give up a bagel. At least get a French fry in there. Give me a
Get rid of the rapper boyfriend and get back to Kosashi. Come on, I need help. I need help. I need to win another slam.
Yeah, stop.
Before Kenin catches up to me.
Yeah, stop worrying about that fo and video game results, yo, and do something on the practice court.
Yes.
Okay, because no one really cares in the grand schemes of tennis about the rapper boyfriend. All right, real quickly, Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal, we talked about this yesterday, are playing a exhibition in Johannesburg. No, Cape Town.
Yeah, they both took a picture in suits. I was like, did they age that picture? Or
the sun. I
was like, wow, they both look older.
Looked a little older, but nonetheless, it's the sun. The sun will just wreak havoc on your face. Wear hats, guys. But real quickly, Rafael Nadal, I was going to say Rafa. It got all twisted up. So Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, by the way, played Simon Says. You guys remember Simon Says?
Mm-hmm. I sucked at that.
Played Simon Says with the kids in South Africa. Mm-hmm. All right, I thought it was a really good time. So, I wanted to have a good time here. Carlo, you're going to play Simon Says right now. And if you want to play at home, let's get down. Who cares? If you're all alone in your place, you're like Simon Says, just start playing. It doesn't matter. Let's get down. All right? So, Carlo, we're going to play Simon Says right here, right now. You must look at that camera. I swear, if you glance over here and someone mentions a comment, she glanced, I'm going to be mad.
Okay.
Look that way.
Okay.
It's going to be everything above the table so everyone can see.
All right.
You know how this goes?
Yeah.
Prove the world
it's
that
been a long time.
Are you a competitor? Hope so. I got an eye shut over here. I feel like Mike Tyson just hit me in the face. All right, here we go. You ready? Mm-hmm. Carla, Simon Says touch your forehead. Carla, Simon Says touch your nose. Carla, Simon Says touch your cheek.
Gotta think about that.
Carla, Simon Says touch your chin. But I think you have to kind of hold it there for a minute.
Oh, okay,
Is there until I tell you to do something different?
Oh, okay.
So now you're getting too much time to think in between actions. Carla, shut your left eye.
I can't.
Well, you better figure something out before you lose. All right, come on, let's go. Carla, tilt your head to the right. Tilt your head straight. You lost because I didn't say Simon Says.
And that's why I sucked in that game.
Shoot. You do better in tennis than at that game.
Yeah, I suck at that game.
All right, concluding the show real quickly. We have to send an SOS. SOS is like there's a couple acronyms for SOS. SOS is like Mayday, Mayday. I can't, my ship is sinking. Or SOS means shit on a slab, which is a dinner that people eat. Mm-hmm. My dad knows about shit on the slab. It's like sausage and gravy on toast, if you're in the military. But usually it's a Mayday. Mayday, Mayday. Wainam Chia. Long-time viewer is in Carla's text messages and
I've been messaging
in all hours of the night.
Worried about you. Hopefully,
he lives in Singapore. We all know there is quite a coronavirus thing. He's in Singapore and has never missed a communication night in a year.
Yeah.
And we haven't heard from this guy in 5 days. Begin to worry, Wainam Chia. Where you at? Mayday, Mayday, SOS. If Wainam Chia, where are you at?
Yeah, I've been messaging him and just a little worried there because we know a lot of bad stuff's happening.
Yeah, I don't know what's going over in China, Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan, whatever. But you're there. We haven't heard from you in 5 days, and we've heard from you every day for the past year and a half. Mm-hmm. Worry. At least give us a thumbs up or something, or down. It doesn't even matter. Who cares? Just give us something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm about to email him next. If I had his number, I'd call him.
Let's go, Wainam Chia.
Yeah.
Another thing, real quickly. 46-year-old Leander Paes, former doubles player with Bupati with India. You guys have watched the show. If you have watched the show for a year and a half, you've heard me talk ad nauseum about Bupati and Paes as the doubles team, a doubles team from India that I watched from age like 12 years old. Watch these guys. They're statesmen. Watch these guys. They have great court conduct. Watch these guys. They have great footwork. Watch these guys. They have great poise. Watch this guy. He is a knight. He represents his country wholeheartedly. Here he is still to this very day. Leander Paes, 46 years old, and still playing on Davis Cup for India, a doubles maestro. That released a statement when he is done and he can no longer make the Indian team, that he wants to, quote, create champions in India. Create champions.
I think it can be done.
Whether it's badminton, whether it's cricket, whether it's tennis, he wants to create champions, i.e. he wants to coach.
Awesome.
Okay? He says he wants to reinvent himself. Now, what little research I do in spirituality, in different walks of life, in different shapes and forms, actually I do a lot of it at night, kind of soul searching, positive karma. I like a lot of the Indian karma, and Paes says something that I like a lot. Now he's 46 and still playing competitive high level tennis for his country, Davis Cup, right? Mm-hmm. And you got Gunesh Boran, whatever his name is. You got a couple other Indian players that are really quite good. We talked about a couple of times on the show. For him to say, I want to reinvent myself, he's kind of going through the cyclical rebuild, and he's talking about it. Here I am. I've been on this top end of the cycle for so long, being a statesman in this game. And maybe one day I'll finally fall off of that edge. But when I do, I want to rebuild my life, and I want to create champions. Mm-hmm. This is the type of guy that Leander Paes has been since he's ever made noise on the tennis tour, and that has been for now a very long time. I love this guy. Best of luck, and I hope you do create a Grand Slam champion, whether it's in badminton, whether it's in cricket, or whether it's in tennis. Vamos!
Yes, definitely.
Karma is real. It is a real thing. Much love to everyone out there. Animal 440, welcome. Loved your comment. It got me pumped up for the day. So thank you very much. And as always, much love to all of you.
Yep.
That's it.
Adios,
guys. Take care. Let's go. Stay strong. Let's get down. Come on. Boom.